Hello, I'm Jeremy Johnson, aka JDog of CoinDaddy, and I'm here today to chat a bit about the CoinDaddy asset registration service and walk you through the asset registration process. So first, what exactly is an asset? An asset is basically a digital token which any user can register. Assets can be sent back and forth on the Bitcoin network, similar to the way users send Bitcoins back and forth to one another. For example, you could register the Grumpy Cat asset, and then you would be able to issue as many Grumpy Cat tokens as you would like. And then you would be able to use them however you would like. Now let me show you how to actually register an asset using the CoinDaddy asset registration service. The first step in registering an asset is to decide on a name for your asset. Once you've decided on a name for your asset, you simply visit coindaddy.io and type your desired asset name into the search box and click search. As you can see here, here's the search box I'm talking about. The search defaults to the counterparty network. However, you can easily change to the Doge Party network by simply clicking the coin icon and switching from counterparty to Doge Party. When you decide on an asset name you want to register, you simply type it into the search box and click the search button, and you will be told if your asset is available for purchase, available for registration, or is already registered and not listed for sale. First, let's do a search for the test asset and see what happens. As you can see, someone has already registered this asset and it is not available for purchase. Now let's search for the ZAR asset and see what happens. Here you can see a different screen, which tells you that someone has already registered the ZAR asset, but they have listed the asset ownership for sale. You could also see that the asset owner has verified to CoinDaddy that they indeed own this asset, and you can see the offer, fee, and price preferences that the asset owner has indicated. At this point, you can either decide on a different asset name or click one of the Make an Offer or Buy It Now buttons and submit an offer to purchase the asset and wait to hear back from the current asset owner. Now let's search for the Grumpy Cat asset, which is not currently registered, and see what happens. Here you can see that we are told that the Grumpy Cat asset is available, and we see some fields to enter details about the asset registration. First, we need to know if you want your asset to be divisible into amounts smaller than one coin. Next, we see a description field, which is already filled out for us with some URL. This description field is a brief description for your asset, which is limited to 41 characters. You can change this to whatever you would like. However, we suggest that you leave the asset description alone so that it stays pointed to CoinDaddy, as this allows us to enhance your asset in certain ways, like allowing you to upload an icon for your asset after registration. Next, for the delivery information, we see a wallet address and a wallet label field. The wallet address is your counterparty or Doge Party wallet address where you would like your asset delivered after registration. And the wallet label is just a simple text description for the wallet address so you can easily identify different wallets. I have already added a few wallet addresses to my CoinDaddy account, so the addresses already appear in this drop-down box. And I will just select one to save time. Finally, we see a checkbox for the asset registration or asset enhancement service for $5 more, and some more information on what exactly the asset enhancement service is. For now, let's uncheck this box and click Add to Shopping Cart. Now we arrive on the shopping cart page, and we see that we are registering the Grumpy Cat asset on the Counterparty network. We also see that the asset registration is a bit more than $5. This is because in order to register an asset for you, we have to destroy a small amount of a currency called XCP, which we will need to replace. we pass the replacement cost on to you at the current market value. Since the current value of 1 XCP at this moment is $1.40, half of that is 70 cents, which is what you see here in the fee box. Now you simply decide if you would like to pay for your asset registration in Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Dogecoin, and click the Checkout Now button. Now we arrive on a page which tells us where we should send payment and exactly how much. So let's go ahead and pay this invoice from a counterparty wallet and see what happens. After paying the invoice, you're returned to the CoinDaddy site and told that we are processing your order. After a few minutes, you should receive an email letting you know that your asset registration is complete and that your asset is in your wallet. If you have verified your wallet address with CoinDaddy, then you should also receive an additional email letting you know that your asset has been added to your CoinDaddy account and is ready for use. At this point, you can go to the counterparty wallet and issue asset tokens like this. So that is how you can use the CoinDaddy Asset Registration Service to register an asset and issue tokens from your wallet. If you have any questions or want to learn more, please visit the CoinDaddy website at coindaddy.io. Thank you for your time.